Okay, so we're gonna move on to writing. And can someone tell me really quickly what we learned in writing yesterday? Courtney?
We learned about...
Remember, it was a big word.
The
That's okay.
explanatory
Explanatory essays. Can someone tell me what they remember an explanatory essay may be? Maribel?
It's like, it's a paper and it has paragraphs explaining something.
Good, right? It's a paper and it has paragraphs that are going to explain something, right? Or also we can call it a how-to essay, right? How to do something, okay? So yesterday when we opened our mystery reward packet, we found out that we had a problem, right? Found out that Mr. Piggy does not know how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh my gosh, that's so sad, right? So today we're going to learn, or this week we're going to practice learning how to write an explanatory essay. I'm going to teach you the certain way that we write essays, okay? And then we're going to slowly work on creating a paper that's going to teach Mr. Piggy how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. And then on Friday, on the very last day, I need everyone's eyes up here with me. On Friday, on the very last day, I'm going to read your guys' papers in front of the class, and I'm going to try to use your instructions to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. So if they're not descriptive, then it might be a struggle for me, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So today, we're just going to focus on learning what an introduction paragraph is, okay? So that's going to be the first paragraph in your essay, right? And we're going to learn the different parts of the introduction paragraph, and then later, during writing time too, we're going to write our introduction paragraphs together, okay? I'm going to have a template for you and everything like that. Sound good? Good. Okay, so really quickly before we begin, get out your whiteboards, okay? I'm going to read you a couple phrases, and I want you to write if you think it's true or false, okay? So think really hard about it. It's about peanut butter and jellies, right? True or false? Peanut butter and jellies are banned from schools. True or false? Peanut butter and jellies are banned from schools. False? Oh. Oh. Everyone voted false. You're right. Good job. Good job. Oh, except for Grace. So true. It's false, Grace. They're not banned from school, right? You can have peanut butter and jellies at school. Okay, how about the average American will eat 1,500 peanut butter and jellies before they turn 18? All right, true or false? Kyla, do you have a question? Yes, you can get paper towels for everyone. False, possibly. Okay. False. Yes, Ava, do you have a question? Yes. The average American will eat 1,500 peanut butter and jellies before they turn 18. 1,500, 1,500. False. We're waiting for everyone's answers. Olivia, what's your answer? Let me see it. Then what's yours? False. Did anyone vote true? Addison was right. It is true. You'll eat over 1,500 peanut butter and jellies before you're 18. Isn't that crazy? You've never had a peanut butter jelly? Courtney. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's try one more. Peanut butter and jellies were invented by a scientist. Peanut butter and jellies were invented by scientists. True or false? True. Some are false, some are true. They're true, question mark. If you put false, you're correct. They were not invented by scientists. They were actually invented by World War II soldiers. They made them, and it was a good little snack that they made. So, there we go. Was that kind of cool, or what? So we're going to use some of those facts later when we're writing our paper, okay? Okay, so whiteboard's away right now. All markers closed, okay? We'll use them in a little bit again, but I don't want to see anyone writing on their whiteboard. Everyone should be closed and away. Good, Grace. Whiteboard away. Thank you. Hands away. Okay, eyes up here on the screen. Okay, Mr. Piggy's going to help us. We're going to learn about introduction paragraphs, okay? And it's kind of like a game at the end, so be ready, okay? Because it's going to ask you questions that we learned about. Okay, let's see. Okay, introduction paragraphs help to get your readers excited about your essay. The introduction paragraph has a hook, it has background information, and it has a thesis statement, which I know is something new. Has anyone ever heard of a thesis statement before? We're going to learn about it today. I know it's kind of new, but it's super important to the introduction paragraph, okay? So those are the three things that are included, and introduction paragraphs are really important because they help excite your readers about what you're going to learn about, right? You're not just going to be like, hey, this is how you make peanut butter and jelly, right? Kyla, question?
What did you say a thesis was?
I'm going to go over it, okay? It's super important, I said, okay? Good question. Okay, so let's learn a little bit before we play. Sound good? Let's learn about the hook first, which I know we're pros at hooks, right? Who's a pro at hooks? Yeah, I've seen some of your hooks. I read them all last night in your papers. Okay, a hook gets your reader excited, right? It gets your reader excited. It grabs their attention, right? So I kind of thought that these three things were maybe kind of helpful to think about when you're writing your hooks. It can help to paint an image in your readers' brains, right? So they can imagine something based on what you say. A hook can also provide a shocking thought, right? It can be like, oh my gosh, you won't believe this. I need everyone's eyes on me. Everyone's eyes on me. Good. And then it also helps, it can also ask a thoughtful question, right? Sometimes we can say hooks like, did you know that peanut butter and jellies, you eat 1,500 before you turn 18, right? That would get someone excited to keep reading your paper, don't you think? Yes? No? Maybe so? Yes? Okay. Good. Okay. You got those in your brain?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Going on to the next one. Let's learn about background information. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, background information. So first you have your hook, right? Then you're gonna have background information. It's gonna be like 2 or 3 sentences. So remember yesterday when I was like, tell us a little bit about why you're gonna write it, right? I want you to give some background information. So there's gonna be some facts about the topic. And also you might tell the readers what problem we're facing, right? What's our problem we're facing? Ava?
Mr. Piggy doesn't know how to make a peanut butter and jelly
Poor Mr. Piggy doesn't know how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? So we're probably gonna tell our readers that today we're gonna teach Mr. Piggy how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Good. Saw this on my hand, no? Okay, so background information can help your readers to understand facts about the main point of your essay. So you want to tell them facts and information in it, okay? Explanatory essays aren't going to be any like opinion, right? They're not going to be stories. It's just going to be facts and information of how to do something, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, let's move on. Do we feel confident about that?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see later. We'll see. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. What do you think the last thing is going to be we're going to learn? Thesis? Good. Yeah, it's going to be thesis. Let's see here. Thesis. Good. Okay, so a thesis statement is always at the very end. It's the very last sentence. Everyone's eyes up here. It's the very last sentence of your introduction paragraph. And the thesis statement pretty much helps to tell your readers what you're going to be talking about in your paper so that they know what they're about to read, right? They can't just have no frame of reference about what they're going to read. They need to understand what they're going to read before they read it, right? So, a thesis statement might include a statement that tells your readers that you're transitioning, right? So, in this paper or in this essay, I'm going to talk about, right? You're going to tell them what you're going to talk about, and then you're going to explain what the goal of your paper is. So, what do you think maybe the goal of our paper is going to be? What do you think maybe, Esri? How to write an essay, maybe. What do you think the goal of your paper when you're writing it is going to be? What are we going to try to do? What's the goal of it? Addison, maybe? To teach who? Elise? To teach Mr. Piggy how to make a peanut butter and jelly, right? So that's our goal of our paper, right? We want to teach him. By the end, Mr. Piggy needs to know how to make it. Okay, sound good?
Yes.
Do we feel kind of a little bit better on the thesis? Can someone tell me what a thesis is? Ava?
It's like how to, it's like you're teaching somebody how to do it.
Kind of. Derek, what do you think?
It tries to explain what you're trying to do in the story or your paper.
Yeah, it explains what you're going to do in the story in the paper. Where does it go? Esri, where does the thesis statement go in the introduction paragraph? in the introduction paragraph, what sentence might it be? The very first one? In the middle? What do you think? Middle? What do you think, Ben?
The last.
The very last thing. It's gonna be the last thing you're gonna say. Today, we're gonna teach Mr. Piggy how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? It's gonna be your last thing, right? Then you're gonna go into your instructions. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's get quizzed. Okay, so let's look here. Get your whiteboards out and get ready, okay? I want you to stay quiet, okay? But think about it in your head. So we're gonna start playing. First one, hooks in an essay are not what? 1, a shocking thought. 2, paint an image in your reader's brains. 3, ask a thoughtful question. Or 4, what a pirate has on their hand. What do you think? 4, I think it's not this. It's not this. In an essay. Think about it, in an essay. 3 more seconds to put your answer up. 3, 2, 1. You gotta pick the number, Grace. 1, 2, 3, or 4, okay? Ava, why'd you say 3?
Well, because usually you don't really start out with a question. You want to get a hook of what, you want to catch them. And usually the thoughtful questions may not catch them.
So a thoughtful question will actually catch them. It is one of the things that we want to do. So a question might help them, like, did you know that I can help to teach you how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, right? You can hook them in with that, right? So it's actually going to be 4, okay? So that's why it's going to be 4, because a hook in your essay, right, can provide a thought, ask a question, right? It can do all those kinds of things. But it's not going to be a pirate's hook on their hand, right? That would be silly, don't you think? That's not what's in an essay, right? Okay, let's go to the next one here. Which one did we guess? 4. Awesome! Woohoo! Okay, let's try the next one. What is an introduction paragraph? Right, 1, 2, 3, or 4 on your thing. It gets readers excited about your essay. It concludes your essay and the thoughts that you had. It's a sentence at the beginning of the story, or it is the paragraph in the middle of your essay. Think about an introduction paragraph, what we've been learning. What do you think it is? Ooh, I see some numbers up. Give me 10 seconds to guess. Put your number up that you think. There, stay there, stay there, stay there. 10, 9, 8. We have some different guesses. 7, 6. Keep them up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sophie, why did you say 2?
Because didn't they have like a conclusion at the...
So the thesis will kind of be the conclusion, but an introduction paragraph, let's see here. So it's not going to be 2, but that was a good guess. It's not going to be the conclusion of our essay, right? Why did you say 3, Maribel?
It's because I thought there was like one of the first sentences at the reader beginning.
Close, right? So it is at the beginning, right? But an introduction paragraph, a paragraph is multiple sentences. So why did you say 1, Ava?
Well, because the introduction paragraph has the hook, and usually the introduction will get the people interested.
Right, it gets everyone interested, right? So it's not 2, 3, or 4, it's number 1. It gets your readers excited about your essay. Do we understand why it's number 1, or are we still kind of confused? Thumbs up if you understand completely why the introduction paragraph is number 1. Thumbs sideways if you're like, maybe. Thumbs down if you're like, I do not know what you're talking about, Mrs. Ray. Okay, I see a couple of thumbs sideways. For a thumbs up person, can you help explain, Kylo, why is it number 1?
Because a hook is the one that's trying to grab their attention.
Right. A hook is going to be the first sentence. So an introduction paragraph helps to get our readers excited about our whole essay, right? It's the first paragraph going to get us ready for the whole essay. Good. So it's number 1. Give yourself a round of applause. Good trying, good trying, good trying. That was weak. Round of applause, round of applause. Good. Okay. Woohoo! Good job. Okay, what does background information help with? We talked about background information, okay? So think about, what does it help with? It can be found in the conclusion paragraph. I don't know. It states what your paragraph is going to be about. It helps your readers to learn the facts of your paper, or it helps to conclude your paragraph. What do we think, maybe? Think about it. What does background information? Background information is a part of the introduction. It's a part of the introduction. Yeah, number 3 says, helps your readers learn the facts of your paper. That's what 3 says. Number 1 says, it can be found in the conclusion paragraph. Background information. Think about what we're learning about right now. Think about what paragraph we're learning about right now. Okay, 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ezra, why'd you put 2?
Because it shouldn't be,
It states what your paper is going to be about.
yeah, it should be like in paragraphs and not be what it's stating.
So we're learning about the introduction paragraph, right? Background information is a part of that. Why'd you say 3, Sophie?
Because it said that it's doing facts.
Right, background information is going to be facts, right? It's going to be facts about your paper. So that's what is going to be that, okay? Good job. Let's see if it's number 3. Ready? Woohoo! Good job. Okay, let's go next. I think this is the last question, if I'm right.
Thesis.
Where does the thesis go? Okay, we learned about this one. Use your thinker cap. Is it number 1, the first sentence in the body paragraph? Think about what we're learning about right now. Number 2, the last sentence in the introduction paragraph. Number 3, the last sentence in the conclusion paragraph. Or number 4, the first sentence in the introduction paragraph. What do we think? I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see, Leilani, why'd you pick number 2?
Because I think I remember it saying that it was the last sentence in the introduction.
It's the last sentence in the introduction paragraph, right? Everyone, eyes up on me, please. Right? The thesis is the last sentence in the introduction paragraph, right? Because what does it help to do for our readers? Derek?
It helps to know what your goal is for
Exactly.
the paper.
Right, it helps tell what your goal is. So should we try number 2? What do we think?
Yes.
Should I try number 1?
Yes, yes, I want to see what we'll have to do.
No. You're wrong. Number 2. Woohoo! Good job. Okay, let's see. I think that's it for all the questions. I think that's it. Good. Okay, so really quickly, can someone stand up and tell the class what did we learn about today, just in general? What part of the essay did we learn about? Ben, what part of the essay did we learn about today? Stand up and tell the class. That's close. That's something. But what part of the essay? What paragraph did we learn about today?
The last one.
We didn't learn about the last paragraph today. Ava, stand up, tell the class.
We learned about the first paragraph.
We learned about the first paragraph. Okay, what do you think, Kyla?
Introduction.
We learned about the introduction paragraph. Did you want to add something?
We learned about the introduction paragraph and all the parts of the paragraph.
Right, you hear Derek over there? Over there in the corner, eyes on me. All whiteboard caps away. Okay? Derek said that we learned about the introduction paragraph and all the parts of it, right? Can someone tell me the very first part? Kyla. The hook. What goes after the hook? Ezri?
The topic sentence.
Kind of. What did we learn about that goes after the hook? Yes, good job. Background information, right? Facts, right? Then what comes last? What comes very, very last, Elise?
Thesis.
The thesis statement, right? Everyone, whiteboard caps away, please. Whiteboards away right now. We don't need them anymore. No one should be coloring or using them. Good. Okay, So how do we feel about what we learned about today? Thumbs up if you feel amazing, you're gonna do great. Thumbs sideways if you don't really know what we learned about today, or thumbs down if you don't really know anything at all. Sideways? Sideways?
A little bit.
Good, a little bit sideways. I feel a little bit sideways too.
A little bit sideways or a little bit up? 'Cause I can't
Yeah.
choose between them.
So I'm gonna ask really quick, Ben, what did we learn about today? What was the main thing? What was the main paragraph we learned about today?
Please.
What was the main paragraph that we learned about today?
The last.
It wasn't the last one. What did we learn about today? Derek said it earlier. Was it the first paragraph, the second paragraph, or the last paragraph?
Last.
It wasn't the last one. What did we learn about, Courtney?
The first one, introduction paragraph.
So what did we learn about, Ben?
First one.
The first one. What was it called? Do you remember? Someone to help him. What was it called, Grace?
Introduction.
The introduction paragraph, right? Good. Okay, good. Do we feel good? Good. Okay, so we're gonna finish up writing our little introduction paragraphs later, okay? So today we're gonna do introduction paragraphs. Tomorrow we're gonna do the second, which what do we think that'll be called? Together, class. Body. And then the Thursday we're gonna learn about the third paragraph. What do you think the third paragraph might be called?
Conclusion paragraph.
Conclusion paragraph, right? And then on Friday we'll put it all together and make our sandwiches, okay? Sound good?
We're gonna make sandwiches?
Yep, I'm gonna make them. Any questions? Anything questions? Think about what we learned today. Think if you can think of anything. Leilani?
I'm having a question on thesis.
Yeah. Listen.
How exactly do... I'm just kind of confused on it.
Yeah, so can someone help explain to Leilani what we do for our thesis? I know it's kind of confusing. I want everyone to put their whiteboard markers in their desk right now. Put them inside your desk, hands on top of your desk. Whiteboard markers in your desk, hands on top of your desk. Okay, I'm waiting for everyone. Good, thank you. Okay, let's help Leilani. What did we say a thesis statement is? Ezri, do you want to try?
Is it the first paragraph and you put a sentence at the end of the first paragraph?
Good job. You put the sentence at the end of the first paragraph. Okay, so it's a sentence at the end of the first paragraph. Kyla, do you want to add to that? No? Elise?
It tells about what our goal is.
It's going to tell about what our goal for the paper is. Okay, did you want to add something?
It kind of says like what we're going to do.
Yeah, it can kind of tell us what we're going to do or talk about. Do you want to add something there?
So it's talking about our objectives for the paper.
Exactly. Talking about our objective or our goal for the paper. Okay, and it's the last sentence in the introduction paragraph. Okay? Really quickly, raise of hands. Tell me something exciting that you maybe learned today. Kyla?
There's such thing as a thesis.
That there's such thing as a thesis statement. That is weird. Sophie?
That you put facts in the introduction paragraph.
That you put facts in the introduction paragraph? That's weird. Ava?
There's exciting to learn more about the paragraphs that you put in the story and stuff.
Yeah, the different kind of paragraphs. What's something fun you learned, Ben? What's one thing that was cool that you thought that you learned about? One thing that you learned about that was cool.
Yes.
The thesis? Yeah. Derek?
It was cool that I learned about the thesis and even if I didn't know it, I was already writing it.
Yeah, exactly. Ezra, last thing.
You put the thing at the end of
What was it called? What is that thing called? The thesis. Good, nice job. Okay, so I'm gonna have you put your whiteboard away and your language arts book away, and I'm gonna have you grab your math book, okay? When I call your color, okay?